There we go. Goodness, it wouldn't go away. All right, let me get Barry unmuted here. Let me get Kelly unmuted here. Do all my things on my end. Hello, everybody. Welcome to ThrillGeek This week for, I don't even know what day it is. January 24th? God, January is almost over. Oh.
It's wild.
Anyways, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a okay Tuesday evening. Mine was fun. We found a lost dog.
I know. I saw pictures.
Anyway, first off, let me say hello to Kelly.
Yes, we have a third person here.
Hey.
Yes, it's not just going to be Barry and I boring you guys. We actually got Kelly joining us this evening. So Kelly, thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. Hi, everyone.
Actually, you invited you kind of invited yourselves. Kelly reached out to me and was like, "Hey, if you guys ever need anybody to hang out on the live stream, let me know." So, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, no, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm all for having more people on here. Barry and I we've been talking about having more people on, whether it's just having like actual people to interview on or just having people on just chatting about whatever we're chatting about. So. Thank you for reaching out to me and wanting to be on the stream and stuff. So, anyways.
And in case anyone doesn't know, Kelly is a writer for ThrillGeek.
Yes, Kelly does contribute to ThrillGeek.
Among the many things that she does.
Yeah.
She's probably scared you at Halloween Horror Nights at some point.
They're probably looking at me like, that child? Mm.
Let me get the chat up here, actually. Where is it? There we go. Okay, let me turn the music off. Yeah, actually, Kelly, you mentioned to me earlier about Spooky Empire. What's going on with that? Is there anything new? Anything new? Any new announcements or anything with Spooky?
We have some announcements coming up this week. We announced a few guests so far. Gosh, I don't want to give too much away, but
don't get in
it's
trouble.
gonna be a really good lineup. It's gonna be really good. Yeah, I know. But
have you guys announced anybody already?
We've announced a few. Let me get their names correctly because I don't want to butcher anything.
There you go.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
But for those that want to know, it's May 19th through the 21st at the DoubleTree at Universal. So you can go and then go to Universal right after if you.
There you
go to a theme park. Yeah.
That'll be nice. Hang out at Universal for a couple hours, do some spooky in between.
Right. So far we have Tom O'Connell, who was the voice of Darth Vader in Disney Plus's Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm like, we have, for those Terrifier fans out there, we have David Howard Thornton, Damian Leon, and I don't want to ruin this, Emily McLean, the little girl, the little creepy girl in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have CJ Graham for those Jason fans from, I believe, let me double check, part 6. Yeah, and apparently there was a Jason movie that came out last year.
There was?
I guess. It's called Bloodlines. Vengeance 2 Bloodlines.
I know they... Didn't they do a Friday the 13th series on Peacock? That's the only thing I know about.
I have no clue.
I didn't know they came out with a new Friday the 13th movie. Let me say hi to the chat really quick. Veronica's in here. She says, hi, Kelly.
Hi, Veronica. I love you.
Truitt says hello. He says, what do you guys think about Splash Mountain closing? Excuse me. We will actually get to that a little bit later on in the stream. So if you want to, I'm going to chat about there. I was there. I'm still exhausted from closing that out.
I was going to say you took one for the team.
God Almighty. Well, yeah, I'll tell all later. Yeah, no. So Kelly will obviously keep us all updated with Spooky Empire announcements as they come. We've speaking of other conventions, we've been getting some MegaCon announcements. Recently. I think
Sam
Raimi was announced today, which is pretty cool.
And they've announced a ton of Star Wars.
They announced a bunch of Star Wars stuff.
Voice actors.
So pretty excited about all that. So, all right. without further ado, anybody do anything exciting this weekend? By the way, usually we chit chat about what everybody was up to. Everything I'm going to talk about I did over the weekend is related to talking points later. So, Kelly, did you do anything exciting over the weekend?
I dug my fiance down the hole of Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah,
I saw you started streaming. Yeah, that's the new one, right? The security breach you started playing.
I feel like the devil right now because he's in a dark hole right now.
It's my oldest son, Jordan. We got it for him for, I think it was his birthday last year, and I can't get into the Five Nights at Freddy's game. Security Breach looked kind of cool, though. I didn't play it, but I watched him play it, and it actually looks like a pretty fun game. Because it's first person. You're running around doing things. The old Five Nights at Freddy's game where it was just like you opening and closing doors and stuff. I never had any desire to play it, but the Security Breach one looks really cool.
It's so scary too. It's terrifying.
Yeah. My middle son Connor, the one that broke his arm.
Oh no.
Yeah, he has he's that kid that gets nightmares easily. So we have to like no, don't watch this. Don't watch this game. If he gets like a glimpse of one thing scary, he'll have nightmares for like a week. Anyways, Barry,
which is so ironic with him because this is the child who also likes to dress up and terrorize people.
Yeah, right. Like he is at Halloween at my house. We obviously Halloween's my thing. We go all out, and he gets so into. He didn't want to go trick or treating at all this year. He's like, no, I want to stay at the house and scare people. I was like, you are a future scare actor in training, child. Like, but yeah, he's the same kid, and he doesn't like watching scary stuff, but he likes scaring the crap out of people. So I love that kid. So, anyways, Barry, you went to Mardi Gras, which I think we'll talk about a little bit later. Did you do anything before we dive into theme park news here?
I went to Mardi Gras and went back to the Festival of the Arts to catch some Disney on Broadway, so Sing could see some stuff and
to sob over Harmonious some more.
We actually skipped out. We did Harmonious the other night. Actually, from a place we hadn't watched it before. So,
was that the clip you posted on Twitter? Because it was at a really weird angle.
Yeah, it's from the bridge between UK and France.
I was like, why? I saw you posted on the ThrillGeek Twitter, and I was like, what? Why are you watching it from this angle?
We were like, they actually had the whole the island area down there open. It wasn't reserved for a dessert party or anything. So we're like,
gotcha.
You know what? We'll just watch it from there. And you can't really see the Stargate, but actually for fireworks wise, it's actually probably a very pretty spot because of all the reflections you get off the water for the fireworks. So, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to see it multiple more times between.
Have you seen Harmonious, Kelly?
I'm embarrassed. I have not.
You have not seen it?
No? I went to Festival of the Arts, but all I did was eat food that I shouldn't have had.
Yeah. What'd you get there? Come on. We're gonna ask the tough questions.
Red Bull. Oh my god. I filmed a short video and then I don't think I ever posted it anywhere. But I had the Brie bread bowl, which I'm not supposed to have because I'm supposed to be gluten free. Because of a gluten allergy, but I took one for the
Kelly's team. Like, nah, I'm taking one for the team.
Everything I had I had the, oh my god, what is it?
Didn't you post
empanada? I had the empanada, which I should not have had. Yeah, that was what it was about. I
had the one empanada. Barry and I were talking about this last week. I went with the wife and kids for our return date for the media event, and we take pictures and stuff because, Disney gives us the gift card and we're just doing our due diligence of posting the content. Well, the empanada I got, everybody was getting these super fluffy, really nice looking empanadas. We get ours and it's flat as a pancake. No. I was like, thanks for that, guys. Appreciate that. So anyways.
I also had that mozzarella thing with the paint dish.
Oh, the paint dish with the fried mozzarella. It's like a glorified mozzarella stick, basically, right?
Yeah.
$8.25 breadstick.
The way that it was displayed, it literally looked like. Have you guys
That's
seen
how
the
they
menu?
get you. It looks pretty.
The menu? Have you seen the movie The Menu?
The venue?
The menu.
Oh, the menu. I don't think I've seen it. No,
there's this dish that they give them that is literally that palette, but without the bread or mozzarella.
Oh, so it's just like the animator's palette thing?
It was the sauce.
Interesting. That's funny.
That's
Yeah,
all
no,
I
that
can
little
think
thing that it
of.
comes on is really cute, and it's worth. I mean, to me, that's worth it right there because you can take that home and use it for whatever. So, all right, I think we can dive into things here. Let me bring up. Where'd my screen share go here? We're
Oh
professionals
my
here.
gosh.
Oh, the one other thing we did, we finally
Carrie
watched.
says Anya Taylor Joy. Heck yeah.
So, all right, what were we gonna say, Barry? Sorry.
I said one other thing we did, we finally watched Clerks 3. And damn you, Kevin Smith, for making me laugh and cry my ass off.
Oh,
So.
Clerks 3. Yeah. So, all right. I'm gonna get through a few of these kind of quick, Kelly. So, I mean, if you want to chime in on anything we're talking about, feel free to. But some of these there's not much we can talk about, but it's just news that I like to mention and stuff. So this being one of them, not really much we can talk about. But Disney Cruise Line, they announced more details. I can't believe they're going to be celebrating 25 years. They will actually be doing a new fireworks show. It'll be featured on most of the Bohemian, Caribbean, and Mediterranean cruises. And I think they gave it a name. Didn't they give the show a name? Come on. I thought I had it in here. I'm a professional. The dazzling spectacle will be set to iconic, beloved Disney music, and anchoring the show will be a brand new. Oh, they announced a song. That's what it was. They announced that it'll feature a new song, especially for the show. So that's cool. I love, and then also they announced that if you're a member of the Castaway Club, which basically the Castaway Club is, as soon as you go on more than one cruise, you're a silver member, and then I think 5 or 6 cruises, you're a gold member. And you get like little perks. You get a lanyard. Like we're part of the silver one because we've been on. I think we actually just hit 6 with the one we went back on in with the kids back last year. So now we'll be gold, but silver is 2 cruises to 5, and then I think 6 and up is gold, and then there's a platinum one, which is like after you've been on like 20 cruises or something like that. It's nuts. They'll also, if you go on a cruise and you are a Castaway Club, you also get this limited edition print, the Silver Anniversary at Sea. It'll be put in your stateroom, and it'll be 1 by 14 framed print will be delivered per stateroom. So that's kind of cool. So I love the Disney Cruise Line fireworks. It's cool to see fireworks from a cruise ship. Have you ever been on Disney cruise, Kelly? Any cruises at all?
I've never been on a cruise before.
You've never
I'm
been on
so
a cruise?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to get conversation going here. You're good. The fireworks show is actually really cool. It's short. Usually the normal one's like 5 minutes long, and it usually happens during the pirate night. And they have like pirate music and stuff, and they shoot them off. As you can see from this picture, from the very back of the boat, and then they shoot some off from the smokestack, and they kind of shoot them off at like an angle, almost like parallel to the ship, and they shoot them out over the water. So they're like really close. It's pretty cool. So anyways, moving on. Galactic Star Cruiser. We've been seeing some, I wouldn't call them deals. I guess offers is the appropriate word. To phrase it correctly. With this new deal, guests can save up to $700 on a Galactic Star. Well, basically you save
not on the cruise.
Not on the cruise. You save $700 on a 2-night stay at a select Disney hotel when you book a Galactic Star Cruiser voyage. So basically, you're getting a discount on a hotel room, not necessarily Star Cruiser, but you still have to book Star Cruiser to get this deal. So
You're getting a discount to stay at Disney World longer.
yeah, basically. And at a hotel that has a pool, because Galactic Star Cruiser doesn't have a pool. So, but you can save $350 per night if you stay at Beach Club, Grand Floridian, Yacht Club. You can save $250 per night if you stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Boardwalk Inn, Contemporary, Polynesian, or Wilderness. And then $150, you can save $150 per night if you stay at Coronado Springs. And we have all the details of what dates that it's not, you can't book select Star Cruiser voyages on dates and all this stuff. We have all that up there on the website if you guys want to check that out. So
instead of your room being $700 a night, it'll only be $350 a night.
it'll be $350 a night. Yeah. Exactly. So, all right, moving on. Disney also announced that new topiaries will be coming to the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival, and we will be seeing topiaries of Mirabelle, Antonio, Isabella, Luisa, and I think they also no, that was it from Encanto. Then they said a new Princess Topiary, Princess Tiana Topiary, which is really cool, will be around the American Adventure area. And then all your favorite topiaries will be returning as well. The Garden Rocks concert series will be back. And then they said more than 15 outdoor kitchens will be back. All those details will obviously be announced later. So,
I mean, hey, at least we're getting something on Kanto. I mean, God knows we, haven't gotten a Mirabelle meet and greet.
yeah.
I mean, she's just in a cavalcade. Unlike, Disneyland that has it in both parks there. So,
Well, I'm wondering if kind of what we were talking about with the empanada, the kind of Encanto themed booth. I wonder if the topiaries will be over in that area.
I think theirs are going to be in the front of the park.
Oh yeah, I think they said, yeah, located near the Epcot main entrance. These new topiaries are sure to be a must-do photo moment. So yeah, I stand corrected.
You were wrong.
I was wrong. Shame on me. But yeah, the Encanto topiaries will be available at the front of the park. So, cool little... Kelly, have you ever been to the Flower and Garden Festival?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I can absolutely say I have.
What do you have a favorite festival at Epcot? Flower and Garden, Food and Wine, Festival of the Arts? Let me ask you that.
Honestly, I like Flower and Garden just because I like looking at all the topiaries.
Yeah.
Like I like the Lady and the Tramp one because they're so cute.
Yeah, Lady and the Tramp. Yeah, that's the wife and I's movie, Lady and the Tramp.
So good.
I know, Barry, your favorite festival is
Festival
this
of the
one,
Arts is
Festival
my
of the
favorite.
Arts, because of the Broadway shows and everything. And
Broadway shows. Flower and Garden's second favorite.
yeah.
Food and Wine is dead last. It's just...
I've never understood the hype behind Flower and Garden. I just...
You mean
Everybody
Food and Wine
hypes
or
it up a
Flower
lot.
Garden?
Or Food and Wine, sorry. Genuinely don't... I've never understood the hype behind Food and Wine.
I mean, Flower and Garden, basically now you get the food booths, but then you get the park looking like the prettiest it looks for the entire year.
Yeah.
And Flower and Garden, you get food booths. Because it's not even like they used to do demonstrations you could go to and classes you could go to, and I don't even think they do any of that anymore. So
The Lavender Lemonade, yeah, that's good
Oh,
stuff.
it's so good.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So I haven't been paying attention to chat. I'm looking over here at the chat. The Lavender Lemonade's really good.
Oh.
And then of course, Flower and Garden has my frushi at the Japan Pavilion, which is always my favorite go-to snack at
we'll see
any
if
of
they bring it back.
Right? Yeah. What is going on with my mouse? I cannot move it at all. There we go. All right, moving on. Last week was Sign-A-Geddon in theme parks. We got new parking lot locations at Epcot, and then we got the new entrance signage at Universal Orlando, which I'll show later. What else? Did you guys see the Disney 100 signs that they flubbed up on?
The Matterhorn opened in 1955.
Yeah.
Snow White came out in 1939.
Yeah.
Among other ones, I think they screwed up.
Yeah, there were several. Disney's decorating for the Disney. For those that don't know, Disney's going all out for the Disney 100 celebration, and they put these banners up. I think they were somebody said they were by the parking trams or something, I think. And they were famous dates from Disney history. I was gonna say Disneyland history, but and several of them had the wrong dates on it. And
there was one or two that were misspelled too.
There was what was the Disney World one? There was no space on Disney World. Disney World was one word. It was Walt Disney World, and Disney World was one word. It was quite interesting. Anyways, back here to Disney World. We got new parking locations at Epcot. As you can see up here on the screen, here's the new areas. We got Wall-E, Eve, Rocket, Gamora, Moana, Hey Hey, Crush, and Dory. These are the new, and then each side of the parking lot is now divided into Earth and Space sections. Yeah. So, yeah, interesting stuff. What's really interesting to this, to me, is Wall-E and Eve. I'm guessing. I mean, if you look at everything else has something that's either already at Epcot, an attraction. You got Moana with the splash pad that's coming later this year, and Hey Hey, obviously, Crush and Dory, Living Seas with Nemo, Rocket and Gamora, Cosmic Rewind, and then you got Wall-E and Eve. That one I was kind of curious about because they don't have anything at Epcot.
That is
Mission
weird.
Space becomes a Wall-E attraction.
Somebody posted that. Somebody was I couldn't tell if they were being like sarcastic, but somebody was I forgot what the I saw it on Twitter, but somebody was like somebody said something like Mission Space, your days are numbered. I was like, "What?" I was like, what is this conversation? I must have been missed out on this. But there were a lot of people saying that maybe Wall-E and Eve were going to be part of the Play Pavilion.
Could have been. Who knows?
And they were going to be part of that. So I don't know. But yeah, there was a huge uproar on Twitter about this. I'm like, there are parking spaces, people.
There wasn't literally as much uproar when they renamed the Magic Kingdom parking lot. You know,
oh yeah, with all those new ones, yeah, like people genuinely like lost their minds over this, and I was like, it's just a parking lot; it'll be okay.
You know what? If it makes it easier for guests visiting to figure out where they're parked at the end of the day, then yeah, I mean, the one good thing we did see is there was on the sign that you look as you're walking out the exit is they do still mention trams. So maybe at some point we actually get
there's still hope for trams.
The trams that were all supposed to be back by the end of 2022.
Yeah, there's still hope.
Epcot and Hollywood Studios are still waiting.
And then Disney also mentioned that there will be a new redesigned Auto Plaza marquee where you pay for your parking and all that. That'll be coming. They said later this month, so they have like 6 days. So I don't know what that. Right? Yeah, like 6 or 7 days. And I don't know what that's going to entitle because they took down the triangular sail looking things that were. I don't know if you guys remember those that were up above the Epcot entrance to the parking area. They took those down from the hurricanes and they just never put them back up. So it's literally just the word Epcot up there.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it's going to match the way the front entrance is now with the new Epcot logo and all that.
Maybe like a different color, like a color scheme or something, or
I would think so. I mean,
yeah. So, all right. Anyways, moving on. They announced over at Disneyland that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be featuring a virtual queue. Are we shocked?
I don't know about Kelly, but I was shocked. I was shocked by this. I cannot believe they're opening a new ride and using virtual queue. I mean,
well, it's
never heard of this.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've talked about this before with Cosmic Rewind at Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
That still has virtual queue, and I don't think it's needed anymore because there was one day when I got there at like 4:00 in the afternoon, and there were still virtual queues available. And I get why they're doing it at first, but I don't know why they're still doing this, the virtual queue, because I thought for all intents and purposes it was being done during COVID and the pandemic and all that to kind of manage crowds, but do we still need it now?
I mean, I obviously with Cosmic, with some of these rides, I mean, with Cosmic Rewind, if you don't get the virtual queue, your only other option is to pay for an individual lightning lane for $17, and which will be the same thing that will be with Runaway Railway. Is like you either get the virtual queue or you have to pay for an individual lightning lane.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's coming. It'll be available twice daily, between at 7 a.m. Kind of similar to us over here with Cosmic Rewind. It'll be available once at 7 a.m. and then again at 1 p.m. For the virtual queue for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I try and say Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway fast, and I kind of sound like a
Runaway Railway.
Runaway Railway. Anyways, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be opening January 27th at Disneyland. So just in a few days here, they'll be getting their version of Runaway Railway. I'm curious to see it. Have you been on the one over here, Kelly? Runaway Railway?
I have once.
No? Once? Okay, so you have.
Once.
Yeah?
I know.
What'd you think of it?
It was cute.
Yeah.
But
were you, let me ask the real question. Were you a fan of the Great Movie Ride?
I was. I have lots of memories with that ride.
Yeah. There were a lot of people. That was one loss like that a lot of people were comparing, because we had a conversation, which I won't talk about this later because it's not really tied to it. But I was talking with somebody about like a big closure at Disney World that was up there with Splash Mountain, and the only thing I could come up with was Great Movie Ride. That's the only thing that I could think of on a scale of closure that affected as many people, and then compared to Great Movie Ride. So,
yeah, I mean, but even I think it just shows you the difference between how much social media has changed from the time that closed to now.
Yeah,
just I mean,
excuse me.
And I should also say the politics have changed between then and now, but I don't want to get too political. But no, I mean, we were all sad about the Great Movie Ride. It was packed those last few days. Clint and I were lucky enough to, a lot of people were lucky enough to get to experience certain after hours things, and so it's definitely. I mean, I miss the Great Movie Ride way more than I will ever miss Splash Mountain. So
yeah, I mean, I like Runaway Railway. It's a cute ride, kind of what Kelly said. Like, oh, it's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah, but I honestly felt like Great Movie Ride just needed to be updated. Like, they could have gone in there and taken out some movies, taken out some movie scenes, added, just refresh it. I think that's what a lot of people's issue with them getting rid of Great Movie Ride completely was it could have just been updated, excuse me, with more, just a refresh. Keep some of the more popular scenes, but
right. It would have been so much easier, so much better.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're going down nostalgia lane here. So, all right. Do I talk about? Let's. I got this backwards here. Let's do Universal first. Let's do Universal first. Yeah. Speaking of earlier, as I said, last week was Sign-A-Geddon at theme parks with the new parking signs at Epcot, and as you guys can see here in this video clip, we finally got the new "Welcome to Universal Orlando Resort" signage installed as you're getting out of the parking garage, moving walkway area right there in City Walk. And again, this was another thing that had kind of mixed reactions. There were people that liked it. There were people that were like, "Oh, it looks too cramped up there." And it, I'm like, it's a sign, people. What do you? There are people.
It ties into the design of the Universal signage now.
Yeah,
the one looked more like the way the signage looked in the past.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it matches the new Universal Studios store right there on the corner. I liked it. It definitely, pictures didn't do it justice. When I saw it in person on Saturday, I was like, okay, it looks nice. It's bold. It sticks out. It pops that blue. Nobody's been like, no picture or video does that blue justice. It's a really, it's a universal blue. I hate to say that, but, so yeah, I liked it in person after I had seen it in person. Kelly, what do you think about it? You like it? Don't like it?
I haven't seen it in person yet, but
Yeah, it's really something that you got to see in person.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
To me, it's it's a sign.
Yeah.
It's there for you to take a selfie.
Yeah. Well, you see, that's an interesting point, Barry, because there are a lot of people online like, oh, it should have been a LED sign with like information and stuff on it. I was like, no, because then you're gonna get people stopping there, looking at
reading it.
Yeah, reading it. I was like,
You
no,
don't want that.
Yeah, that would have been a horrible idea.
Especially in that area, absolutely not.
Yeah, because it gets cramped there with people just taking pictures and selfies,
Right.
just by the static sign. So, anyways, I was at Universal on Saturday. This Premier League mornings live filming thing was going on. I had no idea about it. Mm-hmm. It was like a complete surprise to me. It's this huge soccer event, I guess. I walked into City Walk.
NBC has the Premier League.
Yeah, I kind of had to do a little before I posted this tweet that's up on the screen. I did a little research as to exactly what it was, and but yeah, this live event was going on. They had cameras all around. There were all sorts of like soccer team mascots around, and City Walk was a happening place. It was pretty cool. So that was going on. So I had to weave through that because it was packed there. It was pretty busy. But once I got to studios and made my rounds, I discovered this new little thing for the Mardi Gras tribute store. You can have your face put on. They do the things for the Horror Nights tribute store. Excuse me. Where you can get your picture put on, and they do it for the Christmas one. Just these little things that you can pay for, and have your picture. Yeah. Have your clout put up in the tribute store. This was actually pretty cool though. What it is you'll basically be able to put your picture on a prop bottle inside the tribute store, and it actually looks kind of cool. I can't wait to see these in person. I'm not going to do it, but I think this one's actually really, really cool. And
it's really cute. I like that one.
Yeah, it's.
Do you get the bottle at the end of?
I would imagine so. Haven't they been given whatever it is to the person?
Yeah, they send them. They mail them. Yeah, they mail them to you.
Yeah, they mail them to you. Yeah,
that would be cool. That would actually. This for the first time was like, oh, this would actually be interesting to have a.
How much
bottle.
Is that?
I didn't see a price, and I would, as a professional blogger as I am, I didn't go in and ask for a price. But they're usually like what, $100 and something bucks.
It's usually starts out at one price, and
like $150, isn't it, or something like that?
Once the event starts, they drop the price a little, and then it drops a little bit more at some point.
Yeah.
Imagine like a picture of Zero, like in the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
you're like, is there a team member discount?
Yeah.
No, for
right. But there's people that Drew. They do their dog, their corgi, Brody. They did it for the Christmas one, which was really cute. So I guess you can bring in a picture of your pet if you don't want your picture on there. I guess Universal allows you to do your pet, which is pretty cool. And then they got some staging going up for. There were some people saying this was for Mardi Gras. I was like, no, this is for Rock the Universe, the Christian Music Fest that's happening this weekend, I believe. And then they got some Battery Park stuff going up for Mardi Gras. They got a bar, probably some food stands over here in the Battery Park area. And this is what we didn't talk about last week, but it had happened. Construction. There's a lot of construction walls in studios right now. This is a look at the DreamWorks themed construction walls that have now gone up around the closed Kid Zone area at Universal Studios, the whole Curious George area of Fievel's Playland, DreamWorks Destination, the Shrek meet and greet. They've all been closed and are now behind these I'm still walking.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah, it goes around the whole front of the park, all the way around
In
to.
case you were wondering what the theme of the new area would be.
Yeah, any inclination as to what they're going to be retheming Kids Zone to? Here you go.
I almost want to take a picture of the snake from Bad Guys and like at Mark Maron. It's like, look, you're in a theme park.
Yeah, yeah. And then there it is. There's the Kid Zone sign covered in a body bag.
No.
I literally made a joke, and I was like, I think I posted it on my personal Twitter. I was like, I tagged the Horror Nights Orlando Twitter account, and hey Tommy, what's up, man? Good to see you. I haven't checked into chat here. Tommy, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Who else is in here? Dan, what's going on? My mouse is like being really, really weird, like it's skipping around. I'm actually gonna turn it off and turn it. It's a wireless mouse. Give me a second here. It's being really weird. Bear with me here. Like I don't know what's going on. Whoops. Did I just?
Yeah,
kick?
way to go there.
Bring it back here. Here we
You're
go.
a professional organization.
Yeah, it's just being really weird. Like I don't know what's. It's moving, but it's like really, really slow. Like I have to like sit here and move my mouse and stuff, and it's bizarre. So, anyways, where was I? What was I? I was checking out chat. But yeah, there's the new construction walls, and yeah, this is what I was saying. I tagged the Horror Nights Orlando Twitter account, and I was like, you guys are out here just throwing body bags over the Kid Zone side because that's literally it's like black trash bags, but it was kind of funny. So, and then I hung out in Diagon Alley for a little bit. Got me a butterbeer ice cream, which is always fantastic. And here's a look at a few of the Universal Mardi Gras food booths that are popping up. Kelly, you said you kind of like these ones that are popping up here.
Yeah, they're cute.
These ones are over kind of in World Expo over by Fear Factor, I believe. Yeah, these ones. Yeah, this is usually a bar, I believe, in this location. And then this one.
We're not seeing the screen share.
I know. I was like,
shit.
are you looking? I'm like, am I supposed to be looking?
I must have not. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, there
Again,
we go.
professionals here. I'm wondering if let me plug it in. I wonder if my mouse is dying.
Your battery might be going. That's
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
All right.
So I'm gonna. There we go. That's better. Yep, that's what it was. Jordan comes in here and plays video games, so he probably like kills my battery. So, but yeah, these are a few of the food booths over in the World Expo area, kind of over there by Fear Factor Live and all that stuff. Here's a fantastic video of Doc Brown being Doc Brown. I don't know what he was doing. He had some little wire contraption on the train and was wiring it up or something, and it was pretty hilarious. And then he got stuck underneath it and was trying to get out from underneath it.
Oh.
It was pretty funny. But yeah, that was Doc being Doc. And then here we go. Meets is returning for.
Looks like they're reusing a booth there.
Meets is returning for Mardi Gras.
Can you imagine?
That would be pretty funny, actually. But they are using this because I think somebody a couple of days ago posted pictures of something else.
What country is this supposed to represent?
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna put there. I don't know if maybe they're just gonna do some basic. Like I don't know. I was so puzzled as to like what could go in there.
Carnival flavors from Transylvania.
Yeah, seriously. And then these are the Mardi Gras booths, Mardi Gras food booths down kind of in the New York area over by Fallon, across from the Transformers extended queue.
Yeah, that's clearly New Orleans, I'm assuming.
Yeah, this one, big bold letters Mardi Gras. That's kind of a cute food booth. I like that one.
It looks just like the French Quarter. That's so cute.
Yeah, with the kind of brick and the kind of the little black fencing up here.
Oh,
Kind of
I like that.
Well, I
kind
feel
of
like
French.
if it's going to be like it normally is, the more traditional foods are over there in the New York area with the beignets and the étouffée.
Yeah, this is usually the kind of like
po' boy
the
sandwiches.
Yeah, yep. But these ones have like little garland wrapped around the banisters, and they got ribbons up here, up around the top of them.
It's
so there's
definitely a step up with the booths.
Yeah, Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with how good they looked. And obviously they're not done with them yet. They got to put the signs in and all that stuff. If you're a fan of Monster Cafe, look away. Here's a look at the former
Look away.
Universal, yeah, Universal Studios Classic Monsters Cafe, which is going to be becoming the Minions Cafe. That was mentioned in the press release, right across from the new attraction, which we'll get to.
Well, it
right
feels like either they're actually expanding the indoor part or they're expanding outdoor seating.
Yeah, you can tell by this part. All this steel work right here is brand new, so they are definitely expanding what was the former Monsters Cafe. They are definitely expanding it out. I don't know, like you said, if this is going to be indoor or if it's going to be more patio seating out front.
I mean, because the expectation with Minions Cafe is it will be busier than Monsters Cafe was, just for the theming alone.
And then there's this wall over here. It looks like it. I don't know. I'm guessing this is just to cover up the. This doesn't go all the way down though. It stops right here. So I'm guessing that's just going to be maybe some theming, like a wall for theming.
Might be part of the facade.
Yeah. But you can see over here on the far left-hand side, again, that I can't remember if that steel goes right up next to the building. That would probably be that would give us a better idea of whether it's going to be indoor or a patio seating. And here is the latest look at the Villain Con Minion Blast attraction entrance. They put up these Villain Con banners featuring the Vicious Six. And not much else has happened. I'm guessing this kind of grayish blue color scheme is what they're going with, and they're going to put the entrance sign up there.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we're getting closer. I mean, and especially with the studios in the state that it's currently in, they sort of do need to get this attraction open sometime soon, because there's definitely not that as much. There's really not much for kids to do at all in the studios outside of
with Kids Zone closing.
That
and that's always been. I mean, not my thing with Universal is, I mean, I know they don't cater to little ones, but Kids Zone was all they had at studios. Yeah. That's all they had for little kids. Fievel's Play Place, the Curious George playground. So this attraction, which I'm guessing, I don't know if I don't think it'll have a height requirement, because you're going to be on a moving conveyor belt walkway. So I'll be very curious to see if it has any sort of height requirement. I don't think anybody's really discussed that. Because you're literally going to be standing on, the moving walkways shooting at things. So yeah, I've never thought about that, about a height requirement for this, if it's going to.
Well, I imagine you can't bring a baby, but
right, because they can't stand.
Yeah. Stand, my little one,
with the blaster. Yeah.
The baby crawling around on the conveyor belt. That's safe. Mommy. Oh gosh. So I think that's it. Then I saw some Lunar New Year Minion merchandise, which was kind of cute, if that's your thing. Not really.
Yes, and absolutely love
it. And then it looks like they've begun work on the they've opened up the new turnstiles over at Islands of Adventure. Excuse me, with the updated one. So it looks like now over at Studios, they've begun work on this, and you are now being, since it's blocked off, you are now being rerouted through the It's a Wrap gift shop. That is now the exit of Universal Studios. So that was interesting, going out. They have merchandise lining the hallways and everything. And
no, it's good they're finally doing that, because the new turnstiles over at Islands are 100 times better than the old.
Yeah, because they don't have the clickety clack things, the actual turnstiles, right?
Yeah, it's a much faster
system
now.
Yeah, that's cool. Because I don't think I've been over to Islands since I didn't go to Islands this day. I just went to Studios because that's where all the fun stuff was going on. So I just hung out there for a little while. And that was it. That was kind of my day around studios. Just walked around and kind of checked out the Mardi Gras stuff. And then we're at where you went to, Barry. You went to Mardi Gras at Busch Gardens. So why don't you chit chat about that?
They start their Mardi Gras early.
Wow.
I mean, their Mardi Gras is a small event. I mean, it basically takes place in the area around Iron Gwazi.
Yeah.
You know, they have characters out and about, which are part of the sort of, they call it a parade. It's more of a processional or a cavalcade.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more like a cavalcade. It's pretty small. It's
Yeah.
cool looking. It's there's some fun characters and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's characters, and like every other event at SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, you can get they were nice enough to give us a 5-punch food and beverage sampler.
So what'd you get?
You know,
Here we go.
we got
Here's the good stuff.
the good stuff. Yeah, we got the beignets there. Well, that was the
I'm going to the beignets. I'm going to the beignets. Give me a second.
beignets. I not to knock Universal, but good Lord, these are 100 times better than Universal's beignets. They definitely they feel a lot more like real beignets than not that the ones at Universal. There's all different kinds of you go to New Orleans. There's different
Sure.
different places doing beignets, so they all do them a little bit different. But these were the best beignets I've had at a theme park. They were excellent. So they were so good. We got them twice.
And then all right, let me go back here. What's the drink here? Throw me some beads punch.
Throw me some beads punch, which is an interesting mix of like it's a margarita mix, but with like melon and a couple other of alcohols, and it was very, very good. And like most things with even though it was a premix cocktail, like
Busch
most things at
and
Busch or
SeaWorld,
SeaWorld,
do not
you
skimp
could
on the
taste
alcohol.
you can taste the alcohol.
Yeah. That's one thing I've always noticed about SeaWorld and Busch. They never skimp on the alcohol.
Dirty rice and beans. They were probably our least favorite thing we had. They were just okay. And then
I don't think this was in the tweet. You put
no, it was in the tweet.
jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
Yeah, this is jambalaya. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like jambalaya.
That was very good and nice little kick of spiciness. So, there was a couple other foods. They had the usual, the etouffee and the po' boy sandwich. Like I said, here's their Mardi Gras parade, which they do 4 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
I mean, the nice thing, they do have a live band, as part of the cavalcade, the parade and stuff, and they were tossing out some beads, and it's, like I said, it's a very small event.
Yeah, it's and they don't advertise it as anything,
No, and actually, probably the best thing, if you scroll up, was the band.
Yeah, here it is.
I
don't have the sound on.
They put on a show 4 times a day, and they were very, very good. So yeah, like I said, it's a nice little event. I believe it runs through March 5th, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. So
Where is this at? Where is this stage at?
the stage that's like right across from the excursions gift shop.
Oh, okay, that little Coca-Cola themed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Where basically where the like the bird show and all that used to be, and they have a stage there now. Not much merchandise. They had a few little things.
Yeah. And that was
But
it.
like I said, it's a nice little seasonal event. Nothing super big. Busch and SeaWorld, some of their events are smaller events, but that's one of their things is they have events going on throughout the year, which is great if you're an annual pass holder.
Yeah, and the events down there are always a good time. Like you said, whether they're small, big, Busch Gardens usually puts on a pretty good event. Whether it's they do what the beer event that they do later on in the year is
Beer
always
fest,
fun. Beer
food and
fest,
wine,
food and wine. And then I think that's it, really, right? They do the Summer Nights thing.
Yeah, they do I think they changed the name of Summer Nights, but yeah, they do a summer festival, and yeah, on top of the Sesame, there's a couple of Sesame Street ones, and
yeah, yeah. They threw the few little kiddie things in there with Sesame Street and that sort of thing.
The interesting thing, I didn't even post it, was the fact that the bridge over where Laura Keat Landing, where you go from Sesame Street to Stanleyville, is closed right now. So you got to loop all the way around
Yeah.
to go to the other side of the park.
That's always been my issue with Busch Gardens. Is it's such a weird laid out park, and I've never, most theme parks are a circle.
Yeah.
Universal Studios Florida, you go in a circle.
They're technically a circle. They're
It's
a
just
circle with a dead end over that way.
Yeah. Busch Gardens has always been such a weird laid out park to me. Every time I go, I always get lost. I'm like, where am I? Maybe I'm not down there enough.
Well, you got to remember, where the main entrance is now wasn't the main entrance. The main entrance is where the original main entrance is where the flamingos and the kangaroos are.
That's right. Yeah.
That was the original entrance to the park.
Which I think I'm going to show my
remember
age. That was like the first time I went to Busch.
There used to be a brewery there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Where Gwazi and all that in Gwazi Field is. That used to be where the brewery was.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's my first visit to Busch Gardens was late. Montu was brand new. That shows that 96, I think 96, 97, something like that. So, oh my gosh, we've been going for almost an hour. Holy crap. I didn't know it was that long already. We got to pick things up here. All right. Last but not least, the big story of the week, Splash Mountain closed for good. I was there Saturday in the morning. Sunday in the morning. Trying to my charging cable for my mouse isn't very long, so I'm working with it here. Sunday morning I was there with the wife and kids because 2 of the 3 had never been on Splash Mountain. So we were going to go 2 weeks ago, but then a certain kid broke his arm. And which, by the way, I found out he has to get surgery on Friday now, so that's fun.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I took him today to get checked up, and they did more X-rays. And long story short, he's got to get not anything crazy, not major surgery or anything, but they're gonna have to go in there and put a metal rod in his arm so that it heals a little bit better than what they were seeing. So, anyways,
wow.
Yeah, we were there on Sunday morning. We got there early morning with the kids, and this was the line when we got there at probably 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. The longest I saw it was 220 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and it went down a little bit further past down into Frontierland when I got there. But we got there with the kids. We rode it. We hung out for a few more hours. Then we went home, and then I came back by myself.
Till the bitter end.
Yeah, I closed it out. I was at Magic Kingdom until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
12:30, I think.
And the park closed at 11.
Yeah, well, I'll get there in a second. Here's Big Al and Liver Lips. They were hanging out, greeting guests on Splash Mountain's final day. And this was when it was a 180-minute wait. So just around 3 hours. Like I said, I think the longest I saw it was 220. So just over, 3.5 hour wait.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. Here's a look at the queue. This was when we got in line.
Oh my goodness.
The sea of people.
Wow.
And that's just the regular queue. Like I said, it went outside, and it was pretty crazy. But then we got on, we did our ride. I filmed the whole thing on my GoPro, which I have not uploaded yet, which I'll try to get to. Here we go. Here's all of us on the last run, last splashdown into the Briar Patch. I get the lovely chlorine taste in my mouth. You can see it on my face, like right there.
Yum.
It's the tears of the Save Splash Mountain crowd, as I said on Twitter. Oh gosh.
Oh.
But then there's the exit. Farewell Splash Mountain. And then this is some other stuff. I got Tron testing. Here we go.
Ooh.
Tron testing. Can see it here in a second.
Soon.
It looks way. There it goes. It looks way cooler at night with the blue lights and everything.
Yeah.
I came back that night and we rode the rail. We rode the railroad, which was great to have back. The Tron tunnel is interesting. The new tunnel that you go through that they had to build so the train could go through the Tron area, basically. Not much theming in it. It's basically like a black tunnel. Not much going on. I thought for sure maybe they would have some like blue lights or something to give it kind of like a Tron vibe or something, but there's nothing. It's a black tunnel.
That would require them to spend money.
So, it was a windy day there. This poor balloon handler.
Oh no.
They were doing everything they could to not blow away. But this was about when it was great having this view back. You're able to once again go up here due to the railroad being back open and coming up here. And it's always a great view from up there. So if you're ever at Magic Kingdom and you want a nice view of Main Street, go up there on the stairs by the train station, and it's a really great view looking down Main Street. And then that was it. Then I went home, dropped the kids and Cheryl off, and then I went back. Here we go. Here's Tron testing at night. This was a really cool shot. I was quite proud of this shot with TTA and Tron in the background. That was pretty awesome. And here's another angle.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks really cool at night with all the.
Be so cool at night.
That's much cooler at night. You're right.
Yeah, it's going to be a must ride at night. And then, fittingly enough, I filmed the Princess and the Frog Almost There segment on Splash Mountain's final night, which it was funny because I was beelining back to Magic Kingdom or beelining back to Splash Mountain to do some more coverage. And I had no interest in watching Enchantment because I don't like that show at all, for starters. And then I heard the Princess and the Frog song Almost There, and I was like, okay, I got to get a clip of that just for irony because it's the Princess and the Frog song, Splash Mountain. Anyways,
Yeah.
So this is when I got back there. It was a 200-minute wait still, and this was posted at, when did I post this tweet? 8:26 p.m. and the park closed at 11 that night. So a couple hours before closing, it was still, the guy said that they didn't have a 200-minute wait time sign. So they had to, you can see it here. They had to make a makeshift 200-minute wait sign because I guess Splash Mountain hadn't been a 200-minute wait in quite some time. But yeah, there's
never been a 200-minute wait.
Yeah, I don't think Splash was ever a 200-minute wait. But then there's the ride. It actually ran pretty good that day. I heard it went down several times before.
Yeah, I saw a video of people getting evacuated off of it.
Yeah, on Saturday apparently it went down a lot. And there were pictures of it of the logs going down the big drop with no water, which I had never seen before.
Yeah. The water on the drop is
it's more decorative than anything.
It's decorative. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that.
They can turn it off.
Yeah. So it was kind of bizarre seeing the logs go down the big drop with no water. I mean, it's basically like a water coaster at that point. But
I never knew that.
Yeah. This clip, I don't have the share audio on, but people were starting to gather around the bridge, cheering every single log that went by. And I kid you not, there were people up here on the bridge that I saw 2-3 hours later after it had closed. I'm like, you guys are dedicated.
There's something.
Yeah. This was the line for the pressed penny machine, one of the pressed penny machines that people were trying to get, which ironically enough, they were still open the next day after it had closed on Monday, yesterday. The pressed penny machines were still.
I think today they finally put them behind.
They finally got rid of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. And then 10 minutes before closing, it was at a posted. Go back here. 175-minute wait time. I think this was. I think I zoom in here. Yeah, 175. And this was 10 minutes until close. And then this is the line when it closed. There was a huge rush of people like 5 minutes before it closed. Like it went from inside the entrance of the ride to this in like 5 minutes. It went all the way back. I can skip forward here some.
I see a lot. I see white people.
Yeah.
Wait, and they let them all join?
As long
Yes.
as you were in line by 11 o'clock, at 11 o'clock, because there was this thing about being on the last boat, being on the last,
Which is hilarious because you're not.
yeah, which I'll show you in a minute why you were never going to be the last boat. But Disney did a really good job of crowd control with this. It got crazy at a few points, with kind of crowds and stuff, but God bless the dude I think it was a girl at a couple times. The person that had to hold the sign that said, the line starts here, because they were constantly moving. I felt so bad for them. Because they would stop with the sign, and then like 30 more people would come.
Oh man.
And then they'd have to move back to the end of that line, and it was pretty crazy watching them trying to keep up with the line. And then that was it. 11 o'clock, the sign went off, and Splash Mountain was closed. And here's a little video clip of them putting the old rope up, closing the line off. This lady here, I won't get into too much about it. She was, I don't know if this was her son, but she was having a meltdown about not being able to get on. I guess she had said something about not being able to get in the line, and she was up there at the front. It was a whole mess of a situation. I felt bad for him. And then here, the garage, the big, which I didn't know these doors closed. These big barn doors.
Oh, yeah.
When you go inside, I didn't know they actually closed. So they closed those, and everybody was cheering, and that was it. And then this is video of some of the Splash Mountain cast members heading out for the night. Everybody was cheering them. It was pretty cool. And then this is why, no matter what you did, you weren't going to be the last ones on, because cast members were actually the last ones to ride.
Yes.
Good.
There were several logs that went by with just cast members. I have the full video up on our YouTube channel, which actually blew up. It's doing quite well. So if you want to go check that out, it's really cool. I'm glad I was able to be there. And
Yeah, no, if I remember correctly, it's always the tradition that the cast members work.
the cast members get the last
get
ride.
the final ride, because
Yeah.
managers and maintenance come and run the attraction, so the cast members can ride, be the final people on the attraction.
And then they did some little announcement. It was really hard for me to hear because it was really muffled, because it was like on the speakers on the ride. I forgot what it said exactly, but it said something like "Be nice to Tiana" or something like that when they officially like closed the ride. They said thank you for all the memories or something like that. And then they said something along the lines of "Be nice to Tiana" or something like that. So it was a cool little tribute as they closed down the ride, which is now closed. Obviously this is a whole other conversation about why Splash Mountain is closed and the backstory about it, which we don't have time to get into.
Well,
Yeah.
When was the last time you rode Splash Mountain, Kelly?
I rode it last week when my mom came to visit. So
Oh, that was cool. Did you ride it with your mom?
Yeah, because
That's
we
great.
rode it when I was like super little.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Yeah.
So we kind of did one little last ride. It was cute.
Well, that's cool. You got to do it with your mom. That's really cool.
Yeah, I hate water rides, so like I've never been
Yeah.
a big fan of it.
Yeah.
But like old time's sake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing for me is like when I was younger, I loved water rides. I loved, but it's like it's been at least 3 years since I rode it. We were going to go ride it this week, but due to different things, we just ended up not. Sin had ridden it last year, I believe. So, guess what? The flume part's going to be exactly the same as
Right. It's going to be the
That's-
same ride.
It's
Yeah.
going to be the same ride, and from what we hear, probably almost 2/3 of this ride is going to look fairly the same, just with some different characters
Yeah.
in it than the Song of the South theme, which needed to go.
Yeah.
There's no other better way to say it. It's
Simply put, it needed to go.
And anybody who thinks kids even know who the heck these characters are, please.
Well,
Yeah.
let me stop you there. That's I kind of didn't. It was great that my last ride was with my kids because I literally went back to my childhood when I had no idea of the context of this ride, of Song of the South, of that whole thing. So it was great to see them enjoy the ride. And I forgot who. One of them, I can't remember if it was Connor. One of my kids was this. They were like, "That was cool, but I'm ready for Princess and the Frog." That's kind of like that's from a kid, and
Yeah.
like you said, Barry, kids don't have any idea who the hell Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear is. So
No, I mean, the only thing they may have, no kids now, because I think the last time anything from that movie was released was like on one of those sing-along songs VHSs.
From like the 90s, yeah.
The 90s, and it was, I think the 90s is probably really the last time they used to show any, they would show Zippity Doo-Dah sometimes, I think, on the Disney Channel.
But no, it was really cool to get my last ride with my kids to kind of live it through their eyes, which, they loved the ride. They didn't care anything. They had no, recollection of the backstory or anything like that, which was what my first ride, my first several rides on Splash Mountain were. I had no idea of Song of the South.
Right.
But, it comes to a point where I educated myself on the topic, and it needed to go. So here we are, late 2024. What?
As someone who's actually seen Song of the South,
It's not that great of a movie. We had this conversation the night I was there. I was like, Song of the South, it's not even that great of a movie. Not to put aside all of the other stuff related to it, but it's not a good movie. So, and Princess and the Frog is an amazing movie.
All right, it's one of my favorite Disney movies.
Yeah, it's such a pretty.
I'm so excited.
It's such a gorgeous movie.
No,
So
we're getting a whole new basically story with Tiana, and like we've heard possibly that it's going to tie into the new to the new series that's coming to Disney Plus. So it's like, I'm excited. I think I really hope the budget has not been cut for this attraction. I mean, I really hope Tiana, the new animatronics for this attraction, are on the level of Belle and Belle and Anna and Elsa that are going into like Tokyo that we've seen clips of.
yeah.
So it's I'm excited. It's like I had no, because I don't really like water rides. I never really want to ride Splash Mountain, but once Tiana opens,
We all sound like a bunch of grumpy.
if it's a
grumpy
great
grumps.
attraction, I will probably suck it up and ride it more.
Yeah.
Just if, like I said, if it ends up being very good.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It should be a good time. And the projected Disney's been saying late 2024, so we'll have to wait and see
But now it just says 2024.
where on the
Oh.
I believe when they updated the map, it just says 2024.
on the park map. Interesting.
There is a rumor that this thing is not going to take as long as everyone thought it is, that they're going to be moving at lightning speed.
They were already. I saw pictures and video yesterday. They already had the ride drained, and they were already walking the track, and they're
Wow.
already starting on this.
Well, yeah, they were right. Well, our friends at Attractions got what video of Imagineers riding it with.
They were like testing audio or something
with an MP3 player.
Yeah.
Listening to the
Oh,
audio
wow.
for the attraction as they're going through, because here's the thing: is like I said, they've already drained it. They can't run the boats
Yeah.
until after they've done all the new construction that they have to do.
Yeah.
So it's like they were literally riding the ride before it closed, just to get, I guess, probably get them a couple more times through of, of how the audio is running through the entire attraction. It's like, and it's funny to see them use something simple, like, why are they using like an MP3 player? It's like, why are they using like an iPhone?
Oh, I'm sure they have VR and they're gonna have.
Oh, I know.
It's
they have
Imagineering,
that, but it's like, they're probably using an MP3 player because, it's not connected to the internet. Someone can't,
Yeah, that's true.
That's probably
can't
the
be-
safest way for the audio for this attraction to be.
It can't be hacked or anything. Yeah, that's.
I didn't
true.
even think about that. You're right.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So.
But
Oh.
it's funny the simple things that they do sometimes. That you think, oh, they use all this high tech stuff. It's like, yeah, no, they're just riding it with headphones on.
Yeah. Imagineering, and they got a little MP3 player riding the ride.
Yeah.
For no. I haven't. They got video of it or something. I need to go watch the video clip of it. That was cool that they caught that. Talk about being at the right place at the right time.
Yep.
That was cool that they caught that. So, all right, I think that's it. Covered everything. I know we kind of, like I said, Kelly, we kind of sometimes drag on here. As far as pop culture goes, we could quick chat about Oscars before we wrapped up here. Oscar nominations were dropped today.
So Kel, who do you think got snubbed?
I feel like vain kid right now. I'm like,
What?
It's the Oscars.
Pardon my ignorance, but what show or movie was this?
Oh my god, Pearl and X and Nope all got snubbed. Like Mia Goth especially for like X and Pearl, but
I haven't seen. See, this is the time of the year when Oscar nominations come out, where movies come out, and I'm like, I haven't seen that.
What haven't you seen?
The first two you mentioned. I mean, I've seen Nope, but what were the other two that you mentioned?
X and Pearl.
And Pearl, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I think we discussed.
They
this on
hate
Twitter.
horror.
They hate horror.
Yeah.
Lupita Nyong'o was overlooked for Us. Who,
I
she
know.
Clearly should have gotten nominated because that was probably one of the best performances that year. What's her face in Hereditary?
Yes, that was another one.
I mean, it's just they overlook Goth. I feel like Nope had a lot to do because it was really it's about Hollywood and how Hollywood basically eats up and chews out people, and then
the Academy was like,
movie,
yeah.
the monster eats up and chews and eats up and spits out people.
The Academy was like, excuse us?
Yeah. How about my Top Gun Maverick?
I knew we were
Hey,
gonna-
Kelly, you want to talk about Top Gun Maverick? Barry never wants to talk about it.
I love that movie. I think it's a really good movie.
Thank
Can
you.
we talk about Lady Gaga and her Oscar nomination for Hold My Hand?
Yeah, I saw that. That was one of the ones that I missed because it got. I forgot the stuff that the things that it did get nominated for, and then they added on the Lady Gaga one for Hold My Hand, and I was like,
I'm so excited. She better
Yeah.
perform it at the Oscars. Otherwise, I'm going to be so
assuming she
sad.
will.
yeah, she has to. I mean, let's.
I mean, and of course, my favorite, Everything Everywhere All at Once, led with 11 nominations,
I
Which-
know that's.
which
That's
is just
awesome.
insane. It just blows my mind, and I was so happy that Stephanie Sue got nominated because she's been sort of overlooked at a lot of the other award shows. But she got nominated. Jamie Lee Curtis got nominated, and of course Michelle Yeoh and Kei Hu Kwan got nominated, which they all deserved it.
Did you see the
but-
video of Jamie Lee Curtis when she saw her nomination where she was crying?
Yeah,
I saw somebody
heart.
talking about that. I didn't see that.
I guess it was the same category I think that her mom had been nominated in
Oh,
previously. So yeah, there was something with that. It was really cute. I love her.
Yeah.
She's such
yeah.
a
There were a
little
lot of people
angel.
talking about. Yeah, there were a lot of people talking about Jamie Lee Curtis, and I couldn't find out why everybody was talking about her. So I'll have to go watch that. Did she
It's gonna
post it
be
on her
really
social media?
Interesting to see.
I think it was on her socials.
Yeah, I'll have to go
I think
look
it's
at it.
Instagram.
Yeah, I think she has an Instagram. I'll have to go look for it.
Like I had a feeling even though she was overlooked, had a feeling Stephanie Sue was going to get nominated after she got nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award, which usually is pretty dead on when it comes to the Oscars for the most part. But it's an exciting lineup this year.
Animated feature film is kind of a smorgasbord of nominations. You got Turning Red, The Sea Beast, which I haven't seen, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, which Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, which that's another one that I haven't seen, and then GDT's Pinocchio, which I need to see that.
Run away with it.
I have not seen Pinocchio yet.
I've heard it's really good. I keep seeing it on Netflix, and I'm like, I gotta watch that.
And I love Turning Red. I just watched it again the other day.
Oh, it was so cute.
It's such a great movie.
And I love how that was the one that Disney sent straight to Disney Plus, and it's the only Disney film that got nominated.
We've had a whole discussion on here before about that. It just
I love that movie. It's so good.
But yeah, the Oscars. So we'll have to see what comes out of that. So
I have a feeling, and I just hope, I have a feeling that a lot more people are going to pay attention this year, just because with Everything Everywhere All at Once nominated, Top Gun Maverick, Avatar got some nominations, including Best Picture. So it's an eclectic lineup, and I think that's.
I joke about Maverick, and I'm like, I'm just dumbfounded that a Top Gun movie got nominated for that many Academy Awards. Like, that's what blew me away about it. Like, I think the
adapted screenplay one was the one that shocked me. So.
Yeah. Like, I was just like, it just blew my mind to see a Top Gun sequel nominated for that many Academy Awards. Like, I don't care if it wins or if it doesn't, but it was cool to see it.
And Angela Bassett is the first time anyone from an MCU movie has been nominated.
Yeah, she I think
she tore down the house in that movie. So.
I would have been livid if she didn't get any sort of nomination. But they got best makeup and hairstyling nomination, best visual effects for Wakanda Forever, nominee for best original song, Lift Me Up. Costume design, they got all sorts of nominations for Wakanda Forever. Here's Hers for best supporting actress, Angela Bassett, and that's it. But yeah, I was so happy to see all these nominations for Wakanda Forever. Visual effects, makeup and hairstyling.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that. So, anyways. Anything else before we get on out of here and wrap it up in almost an hour and a half here? Sorry, Kelly, I told you we usually last.
No, it's fine.
For an hour. Yeah, but like I said, as long as
this week's episode of The Last of Us.
I haven't watched that yet.
So good. If you guys
did you watch the
talk
first
about it, let me know. It's so good.
Yeah,
we started watching it while we were eating dinner, and then we realized, we maybe should not be watching this.
Maybe not.
Just that first 5 minutes was like, no.
The first episode?
No, the second episode.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like the first. Go ahead, Kelly.
You need to watch you know how they do like the after the episode of like the making of it?
Yeah.
If you love makeup and like special effects makeup, you need to watch it. Like my mind was like.
Yeah. Noted.
Yeah. You'll enjoy it. You'll be like,
how long are those? Like the little.
They're maybe 20, 30 minutes.
Okay,
added to the episode. Yeah, they're not that long.
I'll have to watch them.
It's all about makeup this time, so definitely check it out.
And there's
That's
always
up your alley.
There's the short one. If you watch it on HBO Max, there's usually about a 4-minute one that usually is after the episode. But yeah, the extra ones are really good.
Yeah, my little mind was like, how do I create this? How do I create this?
Well, I haven't watched the second episode yet, and I think we're gonna try and watch it tonight if we wrap up here. If we go, we're gonna be chatting all night here. Apparently, there's something with mushrooms or something. So, I've been spoiled about something about mushrooms or something. So, anyways, the show's great so far. The pilot episode was fantastic. As Barry and I talked about last week, that opening scene where they're talking about the fungus and the, the whole pandemic thing and virus spreading stuff was that whole opening scene was probably my favorite scene from the show so far. And it wasn't even part of the main characters. But just those two guys talking about like infectious diseases and the fungus based one. It was so well done. Like you finished that scene and you were like, oh my God.
I know that.
It was like really tense. Like you were like, what just happened?
And the tension does not let up.
Yeah.
When with the flashback of how it all began, and just,
yeah.
I mean, it is insane. That opening whole setup of how it all began before we jump 20 years, later.
Yeah.
It's just edge of your seat the whole time.
It's good stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna try and watch the second one here tonight if I don't pass out. I'm getting too old for this staying up late watching TV stuff. Every time we try to watch, we still haven't finished Andor. Every time I try to finish that, I know we're getting through it. We're getting through it slowly but surely. So
it's so good.
It is. I'm not saying it's not. I just I try to watch it at night when we get for some reason Jordan doesn't have. He's been like he watched Mandalorian, but for some reason Andor just doesn't interest him.
It's probably a little.
Yeah, it's not as cool as the Mandalorian. Like
too drama.
Yeah. He'll watch the trailer for it and like the Mandalorian trailer looks cool.
I don't know what point you're in, but it's like I think the last couple episodes are probably 3 of the best monologues in Star Wars history.
We're I want to say I think we're almost halfway through, maybe a little bit more than halfway through. 4 or 5 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, those last few episodes are just insane.
So, all right, we're going to get on out of here, wrap this up. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I tried to keep up on the chat. Michael, Tommy, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Dan, appreciate you. And then I guess a few of Kelly's friends popped in, said hello. So, hi, appreciate you guys. Hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Kelly, is there anything you any social media platforms you want to plug where people can follow you or anything like that? Or
you can follow me on Instagram at Halloween, spelled like Halloween, but with my first 4 letters of my name. Yeah, ooh. And then I'm on Twitter at the Dreamy Taurus.
Well, you have you have your Twitter private, don't you? So
you can follow me there. I just have it private,
Yeah, I got you. So cool. Yeah, no, thank you, Kelly, so much for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate it. Hopefully we weren't too boring for you.
No, I had fun. Thank you.
Good. Yeah. Well, again, thank you for reaching out and wanting to hang out with us on the stream. I appreciate it. And hopefully you'll definitely want to come back at some other time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hang out with us. So, all right, Barry, tell everybody where they can follow you and where they can follow ThrillGeek and all that stuff that you always do so well. Sometimes.
I am at Culture and Thrills on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and YouTube. And we are at ThrillGeek on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook.com/ThrillGeek. Please like and follow our Facebook page. YouTube.com/ThrillGeeks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can check out our ThrillGeek favorites from the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. And you can see some cast members riding Splash Mountain for the last time.
Ooh.
Unmute my microphone here. By the way, great job on that video, by the way. I applaud you, sir.
Thank you.
Very well. Very good job.
I am a professional.
You do this for a living, so I was expecting nothing less. But no, I watched we're trying to do, like I said on Twitter, we're trying to do more of these voiceover videos where we record a video and then we come back to our house and just kind of do some voiceover talking about what the video is.
And I hate to tell people, it's harder to do that than it is to do a vlog.
Well, yeah, it is, but it makes a better product. Like, I mean, I honestly, I liked your video. So, it's not that Barry and I don't enjoy doing vlogs. We do. I wanted to try that. Excuse me. I wanted to try this voiceover thing and see how it goes for a little while. So, anyways. Did you finish our
Yeah, we
shtick?
are ThrillGeek.com for the latest in theme park and pop culture news, and you're watching ThrillGeek This week.
Ooh.
Yes,
and then
you are.
do the next part.
What do I do?
Discord.
Oh, yeah. come hang out at our Discord server, ThrillGeek or discord.io/ThrillGeek. Join our Discord and jump on there, and always trying to keep the conversation going on in there. You can do that. Be sure to join our Discord. I got to make sure that vanity, they said something when that vanity, that IO thing, I need to go and make sure it still works. But if it doesn't, let me know. But you should be able to go to discord.io/ThrillGeek, and that'll redirect you to the ThrillGeek Discord, so you can join in on there and all that stuff. So, yeah, chit-chat with us, which is what we like to do. We like to talk about theme parks and movies and all the nerdy stuff and horror and all that good stuff. So, anyways, Kelly, thank you so much again for hanging out with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thanks, everybody, for tuning into the chat. As always, we appreciate you guys. And anyways, we will be back here, I believe, next week, if all goes well. Same time, same place, 8:30 on our Twitter, Facebook. I've been doing Facebook, but we'll stick with it. Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So make sure you're following us on all those. You got all the notifications turned on, all that YouTube, social media, turn on notification stuff, so you know when we go live and all that jazz. So anyways, take care, guys. Be safe, and we'll see you guys next week.
See
Bye.
you in the parks.
Yay.
As of course, I'm unprepared as usual. Let me. There we go. See you guys.
Turn the mic off now.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute everybody. Bye.